Hello everybody, Puffle Kirby 21 back, and today it's going to be the Dominion Rod for today's guide. Because I said a while ago I was going to do a Dominion Rod guide, and I got requests for other stuff, but I've been putting this off for a bit too long, so I'm just going to do it now. I know there was requests for like Rappa Air and Wizzaro. I'll probably do those next week, but I'm just going to do this right now. Okay, so whatever. It really doesn't matter. I really like 6, but pretty much all of them are really good and useful. Strength 2, I would probably stray away from that, but that's probably the only one. Also, Strong Attack Plus is useless. Don't use that. Hasty Attacks, you need it. This is a very slow weapon, even with Hasty Attacks. And then Special Attack, Finishing Blow, and Regular Attack. It really doesn't matter what you choose, because this weapon is pretty decent, and that's kind of just more of whatever you want. There's not really anything that I would strongly recommend over the other. It's just kind of whatever you choose. Versus Dragon, versus Undead, whatever versus skill you want. No healing, defenseless, usual stuff. And then I have Darkness Plus on there because that's pretty helpful for wide ranges of enemies, but it's also not that great in general. But I like it, so that's why I have it. So the Dominion Rod is kind of like the baton in that it covers a very wide range around you, except this kind of just is better in every way because it has a lot more damage and it doesn't feel as slow. Okay, so this is going to be kind of a lengthier guide. Okay, so the weak string, it's meh. It does pretty decent damage though. It's not that bad, but that's not the point of it. The point of it is that when you press strong attack, you can summon a statue. Now you can summon 2. You can either summon a red one with a hammer, and then you'll have a red aura around you with rocks floating. Or you can summon an owl statue that's green or yellow, whatever. Yeah, it's green. Okay. And you'll have kind of a wind effect around you with feathers. So each of them are different, and then if you press it a third time, it just goes away. You can also dodge cancel out of it, and then you can dodge cancel out of it pretty fast. But okay, I'm just gonna start with the hammer. Okay, I'll just show the weak string for this. So, actually, no, this isn't a very good area. Is there an emptier area over here? Okay. So it kind of just hammers in one place, and that's kind of just what it does. It's very effective at just doing a ton of damage to one enemy, but it's kind of annoying because sometimes the enemy flies out of wherever you're hitting it, so that's kind of annoying. But the owl statue I like more personally, but it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, so this one, it kind of just moves around everywhere. It doesn't do nearly as much damage, but it still does decent damage, and it's just constantly moving. So you can cover a very wide range of space for enemies. And a common tactic with this is to start it and then look the other direction and start attacking that direction. So the owl statue is covering behind me while my weak attacks are covering in front of me. That's something that a lot of people love to do with this weapon, and that is a very, very valid strategy with it. Okay, so now on to actual combos. Okay, combo 2. It doesn't matter what statue you have summoned, the combos aren't affected at all. So I'm just going to show without anything. Okay, so combo 2, it kind of just gets enemies into air so you can start juggling them, start breaking down their weak point gauge, whatever. And after you use it, you get the owl statue. So if you don't have a statue and you don't want to press strong attack twice, you can also just do a weak attack, and then it's there. And also it fully fills up the gauge if you already have an owl statue. So it's nice for a little refill, but it's not going to be a very big damage dealer, I guess. Okay, now combo 3. It covers a pretty wide range around you, and also each hit links into the other one, so if they get hit by the left hit, then they get hit by the right one, and then the middle one. So they don't fall out of that, or at least not very easily. So that's good. It's really decent damage. I would just kind of recommend if you're it's not that great for trying to get a keep or something, or a wide range of weak enemies, because you can kind of just owl statue, and then like I said, you can kind of just do this, because it just is a lot faster, I feel. So it's not that great for taking keeps, but there is like a few stronger enemies. I would say it's very good. Okay, combo 4. This one I feel is a bit better. Basically, all the enemies get trapped in the middle, and then you crush them with your own rod and then the hammer statue. So that one does a lot of damage. It's very good. And also, yeah, the last two summon the hammer statue, if you haven't noticed. Or rock, hammer, I don't know. Combo 5. That's combo 4. Wait, 3. So it's kind of like combo 2, except it covers left and right sides of you. And that's kind of useful for if an enemy is kind of like falling out of your combo, you can just do that really quickly, and then they'll get back into the combo. And again, pretty decent damage, and you summon the owl statue. And then combo 6, this is the only one that doesn't, and that's combo 5, okay. Combo 6 is the only one that actually doesn't summon a statue, because you use both of them in it. So yeah, you ride forward with the owl statue, and then you hammer down with the hammer statue. So you don't actually summon one, you'll just keep whatever you have. But it does very decent damage, it covers very wide in front of you. But while you are riding forward, enemies can still attack you. Like if they're in front of you, so you can't just ram into them and hope to do something, because they can still attack you. It's not the best thing to do when there is an angry enemy. But if there's an angry enemy, you can pretty much just space them out with a statue. Okay, let me just do this. Okay, so you can't quite see it, but the finishing blow on this is a pretty wide range. It also does a ton of damage. But I mean, they're weak points matches. Most of them do a ton of damage. I can't really think of one that doesn't do a lot of damage. There is one though, I just can't think of it off the top of my head. So when you're trying to break weak point gauges, you usually want to have the owl statue, because, well, actually it doesn't really matter. It just have a statue, but because both statues, they kind of get trapped in between the rod and whatever you're attacking with. So that's pretty decent for breaking weak point gauges and just doing damage in general. And then the special attack. This thing has a very wide range, and they get flung very far. The problem with it is that since they get hit so far away, it's kind of annoying to try to combo up after it, because now they're so far away, since you just hit them with a giant hammer and they just go flying away. I said that twice. Okay, so, well, this is kind of just a mess, but actually I'm just gonna use a special attack, because this is just a huge mess. And, okay. I can't really do much right now. And I just stepped right into that. So for weak point gauges, when you have a statue, you can just do weak attack, because they kind of get stuck between you and the statue, so you don't really have to hit him too much, and you shielded them. Yeah, it's weak point gauges are not that much of a problem for this weapon. I'm just trying to show off other stuff. And now, is there anything else here? No. I don't know really what else to show, because there's not really much else. Yeah, use combo 2 and 5 to juggle enemies. 3 and 4 are kind of to damage enemies, but 4 is a bit better at it. Like, 3 is... You use combo 3 if you want to do a large amount of damage to a medium group of enemies, but combo 4 is a bit stronger, but not as fast. And it doesn't affect as wide of an area, but combo 4 is kind of just generally better. And also, wait, since I'm here anyways, when you activate Focus Spirit, the time limit for your statue does still drop, so it is a bit of a problem, since you can't just, if you try to summon a statue, so yeah, just kind of be aware of that it doesn't, it'll still go down when you activate Focus Spirit. I'm not really doing much right now, I can't really do much, but I tried to explain it. Oh yeah, also the explosion is in front of her because she summons the statue, so really if there's any enemies like right next to you and behind you, you won't hit them like with most other forced finishes for the Focus Spirit, but it does affect a very wide range out in front of you. I don't think it's that effective. I would rather kind of have them all around me instead of... I'd rather have it affect all around me instead of just really far in front, but if that's what it is, then okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to find a giant boss now so that I can show how to battle those. Okay. Okay, so this weapon, it can't take down a giant boss in just one downing of it, which is kind of a shame. Actually, I'm gonna get a Triforce Shard really quickly. If you do have a special attack, then of course you can, but that's pretty much applies to any giant boss in any weapon. So yeah, that's kind of the... If you dodge cancel out summoning it, it's pretty quick. But also summoning it, there is a small hitbox when you summon it, and I didn't have it, or was that okay? So you can kind of knock enemies away, like when you summon it right there, but meh. Just summon it. So the best way to do it is to have a hammer statue out, but that's about it, and that's about all you can do if you don't have a special attack, is just get it down to a quarter left. But if you do have a special attack, you can take it down immediately. Hammer does seem a lot more effective than the owl statue, but there's not really anything that you can do with it. You can... Combo 3 can kind of work, but it still won't be in one hit. Combo 4 can also work, but it won't be in one hit. It's just everything, all combos really work well, but it won't work in one hit. So that's kind of a problem. So he just does it again. Unless there's like some combination I'm missing that does take it down in one hit. I forgot to get the last hit in, but I haven't seen anything yet, so yeah, even with a special attack that was even one hit. That was pretty bad though. But yeah, this weapon definitely excels at smaller enemies, just giant bosses not so much. But yeah, smaller groups of enemies, it can do very well. It's just, it is very slow, and even though it is kind of defensive, you have to really watch out so you don't get hit, because like I just said, it's slow, so you are kind of open to attacks a lot, even with statues protecting you, because most of the time when you have statues, it's usually behind you while you're doing whatever in the front of you. So yeah, hammer is mostly for one-on-one battles. Just beware they do get knocked out of it, but I just like the owl statue in general more because it does weaker damage, but everything seems to link better, and it has a much wider attack range. But that's it. Okay, bye.